Hey, Professor. So I will be taking a couple of snapshots of this design. I've built this, I think in my last class. I'm not entirely sure when I built it, but I built this design. I have two of them actually. So here's the second one, and I'm gonna just kind of explain it just a little bit more in depth in this video. So this would be the design of it. Obviously, it's not, um, what is it, aesthetically built. I'm just more so worried about the functionality first. So in this design, it's going to be built based off of a spring. The spring is going to be the thing that's going to be propelling it forward and backward. I'm still trying to think about the dynamics in terms of um, how to control the compression and you know the basically the compression of the springs. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm still thinking about it. But this would basically be the design. So you have these two rods or rails, the orange parts that will kind of hold the frame in place, which is this component. So you have these two components, which is the red, this one and that one. These two red components. The holes are what the nylon bristles are going to be placed inside of, and that is what's going to be able to brush the hair. So the um, the red 3D printed part is going to move forward. As it moves forward, the nylon bristles that are inserted inside these holes are going to move also in a forward direction, therefore brushing the hair. The head will sit and, oh, sorry, still trying to get used to the controls on Tinkercad. The head will sit in between this 3D printed part. So you have the left, the top, the right, and as this thing moves forward, uh, along with the nylon bristles inside, it will brush three sections of the head in a forward direction. Um, and then you have your second one down here, which is the back, which is going to go up and down. And this one is also going to hold nylon bristles, but it's going to move in a different direction than the top portion. So in theory, the concept is as this moves forward, this moves down, and then likewise when this moves back, this moves upward. So therefore, move it in a synchronous pattern. Um, and as they move in the backwards direction, the nylon bristles are retracted um, from the holes enough to where it does not brush against the hair. So the nylon bristles will only be inserted through the hole when it's moving in a forward direction. So when this thing moves forward, the nylon bristles are going to be extended and brush in a forward direction. And then when it moves backwards or retracts, when the 3D printed part moves backwards or retracts, the nylon bristles will retract from the hole. Um, and likewise with the back of the head. So when it moves downward, the nylon bristles will extend, therefore brushing the hair downwards. And then when the 3D printed part moves forward or upward, the nylon bristles will retract. Therefore, it won't brush against the hair. It will brush in a simultaneously or synchronous pattern, all while making sure that the hair keeps its pattern. Um, so you have these rubbers right here. Um, these plastic parts. This is the black portions. So these black portions are meant to kind of guide this 3D printed part as well as make sure that it doesn't um, forcefully bump against one another. The two 3D printed parts. It also holds in a rod that is connected through this 3D printed part to allow it to guide it forward and backwards. These yellow components right here are meant to attach along the forehead of the person, as well as the bottom portion right here is meant to attach to the kind of the neck, the back neck area of the user. So that way it's a nice little snug fit um, for the user. And over time I'll probably think of some better ways to implement this design. But in terms of movement for the project, this is the first idea that I have in terms of springs, using spring power. um, Honestly, I don't really want to use power, just because I know that the tension inside the springs, or the compressions, is like what, like 10,000 compressions, and then you have to replace it or something like that. I would want to avoid that. On top of that, I think it might produce some kind of noise or sound, and I do believe that there's some kind of there'll be some type of other problems when it comes to the springs. So I kind of want to avoid the springs. However, I do want to create this prototype and see how well it does. This could be one potential way. The other potential way is this one right here in the background. This one is going based off of magnets. I know the picture doesn't really show it that much, but what happened is that these yellow parts that are embedded inside the 3D printed parts holds the magnets. And what happens is, I didn't create it yet, but there's going to be a yellow portion inside these plastic parts that are also going to hold magnets. And the theory behind that is that the the plastic portions that hold the magnets, they're going to they're going to be connected to electrical uh, wire, therefore drawing in power and current, so that way that they reverse the polarity of this um, 3D printed part. So as one side gets powered, the other side doesn't. Therefore, it attracts the magnet and pushes the magnet in the direction of the magnetic field. So for example, if this one was charged, or how do you say, powered, the this magnet right here will go in this direction, in the backwards direction. Um, and then likewise with this one, if this one was powered, the other side was powered, it would go in that direction. So it would change the polarity of it. So I thought this would be a great design at first thinking, um, but my mindset goes along the fact of whether it will produce enough torque to brush the actual hair itself. Because I don't know if it's going to be enough power to brush um, the the bulk of the hair, like the growth, So that's why I want something with a little bit more power to just brush against or brush the hair. Humans have hairbrushes. When they manually brush their hair, there's a force that's applied, which I haven't calculated it yet, but there's a force that's applied that allows them to forcefully brush in a forward direction, while forcing the hair to move in that direction. So I need to be able to have a device that can kind of mimic that. So I'm not sure if the magnets are going to be a way to go. Now I haven't created a DC motored powered component, but I am working on that. But this is what I have so far. Uh, in terms of aesthetics, is not the most pleasing. I haven't really worked in terms of aesthetics, but I've just been working pure functionality first, and I'm looking to 3D print these and test them out. So this is what I got. I'm sorry I kind of spoke too much. I'm kind of excited on this project. It's pretty great. I would have loved to work on the other two, the fart device and the genital cleaner. I feel like those are very much needed in society, and hopefully nobody takes those projects, because I really want to work on them because they sound like they're awesome. But it's just, this is something that I've been thinking about for 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 years. I talked about it with a bunch of friends, and they thought this was a great idea. So yeah, let me know what you think. All right, bye.